Right, hi headphones and moans. I'm just going to do a simple explanation or a quick run through of how to reduce noise in one of your recordings. This is the simple one. I'm just going to run through it quickly. I'm not going to go through controls and stuff. You can look at my other one for that if you need. So first thing to do, obviously, open your file. You want to have your file in .wav form. So if you only have an MP3, you want to either record in WAV or upload and convert it using a site like this one. This is good. You just Google convert audio to WAV or whatever. Yeah, and then you just put it in there and convert it. And then open it with Audacity, which is a free program. And you can just press OK to make a copy. So now we have your audio. It's the same on both left and right, so we can just make it easier for ourselves by selecting everything and mixing the tracks down to mono. Perfect. I'm going to just make a copy of this one, just so we have something to compare it to and have something in case we want to go back and undo some of our changes. So I'll make a new track and paste it in here. And then we can put this solo so the other one mutes and we can hide it. And then we can also expand this so we can see what we're doing. Perfect. So this is your track. We need to zoom in a bit so we can actually see, but let's play it.
Hi, I'm Headphones and Moans. You probably haven't heard the sound of my voice before because I'm new here.
So yeah, you can tell there's a lot of fan noise there. We can really easily take it out because it's a constant noise. Things that are more difficult are things like cars going past. So let's have a look. We want to zoom in a bit, so let's just select the first sort of minute or so and zoom in a bit on that. Perfect. So look, we've got these are the sounds of your voice, the kind of spikes, and then we've got this constant background noise that's everywhere, including between your voice, your words and stuff. So what we want to do is we want to tell the program that this is noise that we want it to take out automatically. We just need to tell it, or give it some examples of what the noise is. So if you want to do this really easily, you can just do it straight away. You don't have to do anything else. You can just go, okay, so let's have a look at a section of noise that's fine. And there's a nice long section of noise, I think, somewhere along here. It would be easier if I make the spikes smaller. Zoom in a bit. I think, yeah, let's have a look. Okay, so let's try maybe this section here. We'll just select the general area so we can zoom in on it. And then we'll just select the noise itself. Nice. So it's basically just noise. There's a few little maybe lip sounds in there or something, but it's fine. Now if you just want to do it quickly, you can just select that, go to Effect and Noise Reduction, and the first step is just to tell it this is noise, so we say Get Noise Profile. Then we do the second step, which is to basically select, I think we'll just leave this selected for now, and we'll go Effect and Noise Reduction. So basically we do step 2 here, which I would leave, this is what I prefer, I like to leave this at 24. This is how much volume the noise will be reduced by. I like to leave it at 24, it's just in the middle, seems to work pretty well. I'd also put this as 0 unless you really need to have it higher. I'll explain that after. So really you just want to adjust sensitivity pretty much when you're trying it out. So you can do preview so you can hear what it sounds like. You can do a preview to hear what it sounds like after the noise has been removed, and you can also do a preview to hear what the bits that are removed sound like. So if we start with what we'll get afterwards. So already you can hear that's a lot better. The noise is much reduced from what it was. So if we put it on 0 and compare it, compared to say 8, the fan noise is just barely audible, but it's definitely not distracting. And generally you don't want to overdo it, because you can always go back and reduce the noise more, but you can't go back and put your voice back in if your voice is being distorted. Because if you just take too much noise out, it'll affect your voice as well. So you can listen to the residue to see if it's taking out any of your voice. Of course, your voice isn't actually in this section, so it's not going to show us that anyway. But if we ignore that for now, we just want to see how much it takes to reduce this, or take this noise basically away without leaving any sort of distortion behind. So we'll test that, leave it at 8. We'll just apply it to the noise here. Now you can see that the noise is basically all gone. The only thing that's left is a little bit of that, and I think these are just like lip smacking sounds or something, just very small background clicks or whatever. Could be a mouse click, could be anything like that. That's fine. That's actually perfect because it's being the algorithm that it works off is good enough to be able to distinguish between the noise and these very small sounds that are part of the noise. So it's really good. So really, that's all you have to do to take out noise. But you can just do that really easy to the whole audio at once. So we can remember our settings, that work pretty well. We don't need to go any higher than 8 because that takes out all the noise. So there's no point going higher than 8. We know that. So we'll select the whole audio. We might as well just undo that so we have it as it was. Select the whole audio, and we just want to apply it to the whole audio. So we've got, where is it? Noise reduction. We can still do step 2 because we've still got the profile. So we'll just do exactly what we just did and hear what it sounds like with the preview.
Hi, I'm Headphones and Moans. You probably haven't heard.
And that sounds fine, really. Like, you can play around with it. I'll show you how to play around with it in a more detailed one, but that's perfectly fine to me. We'll just check that it's not taking out too much from your voice and stuff. So you can tell it's taking out a little bit of your voice. We can play around with it and make it a bit. We can decide what we want to do, but it's barely anything. Unless you can really hear your voice fairly clearly, it's not going to affect it too badly, provided you're only doing it provided you're not doing that multiple times on the same audio, because then your voice will get sort of fainter and fainter and sort of more tinny, and it will sound very strange and sort of like you're in a bathtub or something. So it's fine to do that as long as you're just applying it at once, but you don't want to keep applying noise reduction to the same piece of audio too many times. But for this, a constant noise is perfect, so let's just apply that to the whole audio. Make sure you got it on reduce, because otherwise it'll look like this. It will just leave the noise, which is not what we want, but it's kind of interesting because this is the noise that was in your whole audio. But we want the opposite, so we want to undo that, and we want to make sure we're leaving we're reducing it, and we can apply that. Nice. So look, here we have the noise pretty much gone, and your voice should be pretty clear now.
Hi, I'm Headphones and Moans. You probably haven't heard the sound of my voice before because I'm new here, but I think that you'll like it. And, well, if you do, I'd like to help you come.
Perfect. So that's really all you have to do. I'll show you in a bit more detail, like any few other tips in the longer video, but yeah, basically that's it. So any questions, just let me know and I'll try to answer them now that you have the sort of basic idea. Yeah, so thanks for listening, and yeah, get back to me if you want any further things clarified. Cheers. Bye.